basis it gets much better from here because India has underperformed so much every other market in the world that it gets relatively better. The problem is on an absolute basis across the world because today every market in the world is very costly today. So how does the absolute markets behave from here is possibly we don't know. If you had asked me 1 year back, would US also correct? We maybe would have said US would correct, but that call went completely wrong. So I think the risk is something going wrong in US AI stocks, because if US is 60% of the global index, how do you expect India to go up when US is going down? So I think the challenge is US market. In India, what the Indian entrepreneurs, the Indian private equity firms, all they've done is they've ensured enough supply. So even if we get good SIP inflows, they have ensured that there's so much supply that the market just cannot go up easily. I mean, there is so much supply and there doesn't seem to be any end to the supply. So, I mean, although we have a very big investment team, all the time we are trying to see how to handle every day there's some block or the other. So most of our time is spent in analyzing whether we should buy this block or this, participate in this IPO or this QIP. That there doesn't seem to be any way the market can go up till this supply ends. And we are not able to see when the supply ends. If I can say, okay, it'll end, maybe it will not be there in December, so December markets can go up because supply doesn't happen in December seasonally. But otherwise, again, Jan to March, there'll be supply. So that's where the challenge is at this point of time. So we are in a situation where it's tough to argue that you can make big money. You can't make big money, but at least on a relative basis, the problems doesn't seem to exist at this point of time. But on an absolute basis, we don't know. But at any point of time, markets can correct. And I think, we look at a global guru like Warren Buffett. He has created the highest row of cash at this point of time ever. And, he's the only person who doesn't care what happens in the near term. He doesn't have any performance risk. He doesn't have any risk that anything can go wrong just because he's underperforming. So I think what he's doing suggests that there is enough risk of US markets correcting.